Hi, welcome to the Ed Brown Show. Once again, this is 2014 and we have something new. We're going to build your life, business, and health. And we have some people here that's going to tell us about it. We have the Murry group, Mr. Murry, William Murry, and Dr. Baruch. Now, these individuals here, they're going to have a big program coming up here in Prince George's County, and don't miss it. Welcome, Mr. Williams.
Ed, as always, you know it's always a pleasure, Ed, being on your show. There's just so much you do for the community, and it's a brand new year,
Yeah, that's
2014.
That's it.
So, and for you to give me the honor and pleasure of being the first guest on your show for the new year is a blessing within itself.
Oh, yes. Well, that's what we're all about, helping each other. That's what, tell us about Dr. Baruch there.
You know, this gentleman here,
he does everything.
He is. I mean, when it comes to health and knowledge and education toward diet and health, because like I said before, Ed, you know, I control your life if I control two things. That's your education and your diet. Well, I've been knowing this gentleman here now for a little over 15 years, and he's always been there. He's always been an educator, a teacher, and he's the health guru. If there isn't too much about natural health that he can't tell you, teach you, or grow you, and there's not too many diseases out there that he can't cure for you if you just listen to his knowledge and his education. It's Dr. Baruch.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much for having me on the show.
You coming back?
Yes, yes. I look forward to it.
He will be back.
Yes, I look forward to it.
Well, tell us a little bit about this program coming up. What is January 9th?
January the 9th,
Okay.
6 to 9 at Everlasting Life. What it is, it's the first of the year. Everybody's made all these New Year's resolutions, which is not something you should do. You shouldn't make a New Year's resolution. It should always be a goal. But and it's about, I'm saying it's about life, business, and health, because that's what it takes in order to be successful. Because people say, well, I don't have a business. You do have a business. Your life is a business. Whether you're an entrepreneur, you're an entrepreneur of your life. So when I say life, business, and health, those are the three main things you got to have, Ed, in order to survive and be healthy and be successful. And with Dr. Baruch offering me his restaurant and lounge to do the event for the first of the year, because I went to him, I wanted to talk on health. He's the guru. He's the king when it comes to diet, health. And I'll let him explain a little more to you about his restaurant and what he does.
Let us talk about your restaurant. Tell us a little bit about, and you wrote a book and all of that good stuff.
Yes, I did. Well, I'm, again, a restaurateur. This is 18 years that we've been located in the D.C. metropolitan area, and the objective of the restaurant was to provide a viable food source to communities that are underserved and disserved. And we look up today and we still see 18 years later that there are many communities that qualify as what we call food deserts. So these food deserts are areas that are not being sufficiently served with regard to healthy food or even general food options. So we do that with our restaurant, as well as we have several food trucks. We do educational programs where we teach the people in the community about health and wellness. My belief is that there is no illness inside of the body that cannot be at least worked against with a healthier immune system. So we believe that strengthening the immune system, increasing nourishment, removing toxicity, cleaning out the debris, and the levels of toxicity that are inside of the body will help to aid us in cleaning ourselves out. And that's kind of where my book has taken us. The name of the book is The Keys to Mastering Nature's First Law, as well as the Food for Life cookbook. Both of those combined, we work to assist people in understanding what they can do in order to bring about health and wellness inside of their body. The Food for Life cookbook helps you take charge of your own health and really provide a prescription for wellness, not from the medicine cabinet, but actually from the refrigerator.
Which most of us don't do, you know.
That's
we
correct.
actually go to the medicine cabinet. And really, your approach, you know, the natural approach, tell us a little bit more about it.
Well, we know that when you get a headache, it's not because you have a deficiency of Tylenol. When you have, you know, pains in your knees, it's not because you have a deficiency of Advil, or if you have diabetes, you don't have a deficiency of glucophage. It's because you have a deficiency or a toxicity or an imbalance inside of the body that has to be restored. And the best way to restore it is through either diet alone or
Naturally.
diet and nutritional supplementation. Because sometimes the levels of imbalance are so high that it's better to kind of accelerate the recovery, and you can do that accelerated recovery with nutritional supplementation. So we do that with educational programming, where we teach people what they can do with their diet to help them get back on track.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Like I said, we need more of that. We're going to bring Dr. Baruch back.
And you know, here's the thing about the Murry group. You know, I do sessions once or twice a month, where I do a 3-hour educational session. I bring in experts. See, like now this program that I'm having for the 9th, I also have a social media expert who will come and teach about social media and how to build your business. See, most of the time, Ed, it's free. The things that we teach you, all you got to do is know what to do. I have Kevin Langford going to be the social media expert, and I have Darius Stanton, who's a human development expert. And that's what it takes. The Murry Group is a group of experts who I just happen to put together to educate the public. That's what it's about, Ed. You know, they tell you each one teach one. So it's like the Murry Group is a one-stop shop for what experts you need in certain fields. And it's a privilege. I mean, I enjoy it because, like I say, sometimes you're the student and sometimes you're the teacher. The knowledge and the information that experts give you. And we don't have that here, where you can go to an event like what I do and get one-on-one or get a chance to meet all these experts in different fields at different times, you know, and we're here. It's just you don't know that we're here, so I'm putting them out there in the public.
Sounds real good. Dr. Baruch, tell us a little more about this health. You know, a lot of people, I know a few, you know, got arthritis and, you know, diabetes and things like that. And generally, they are told, and their cabinets are loaded with, you know, remedies.
Sure. Well, the reality is most of our cabinets are filled with masks so that they can mask the condition. The reality is, in order for you to really get arthritis out of the body, you've got to probably hydrate the body properly, and you've got to also provide the proper nutrient.
What do you mean by hydrate?
Okay,
some people
great question. Put down the sodas, put down the flavored and colored beverages, and pick up the water. And drink water for a month, and watch what difference that makes in your joints.
Just drinking water?
Just drinking water. Well, we're the only creatures on the planet that drink anything outside of, you know, water and mother's milk. We drink so many more things than mother's milk and water. It's awful what it does to the digestive tract, because unfortunately, it would really be all we needed would be water and mother's milk. Mother's milk up until age 2 or 3, and then water for the rest of our lives. We can get our liquids from our fruits and vegetables, which all have liquid inside of them, which would help to properly hydrate the body as well. But drinking water is a big deal with regard to arthritis. We get dehydrated. And as we get dehydrated, of course, our joints and our ligaments and our cartilage doesn't stay puffy and soft and such that we can move without the tension and resistance. A couple of other things are the essential fatty acids. We have to make sure that we're getting essential fatty acids in our diet so that we can maintain that, again, we call it the myelin sheath, or just softness and that separation between the joints.
Name some essential fatty acids.
Flax oil, chia seeds. There's one that comes from Blue Lake Klamath Blue Lake out in Utah, and it's derived from seaweed. You know, a lot of great sources for omega-3 oils. And also, of course, with regard to arthritis, you have to cut back on all the food that causes inflammation. And most of the food in America, the processed foods, the standard American diet, cause inflammation.
Like French fries.
Like most everything from a fast food restaurants, they specialize in inflammation.
And French fries.
Yeah, yeah. Not only the inflammation in the joints, but the inflammation throughout the body, and that the body's protecting itself from the acid. So the acid that you're taking in, the body's trying to protect itself from it. So you think you're becoming overweight because you're just eating too much food. Well, you're becoming overweight because the body sees this enemy that you're introducing, and it's trying to protect your vital organs from the enemy.
Oh, wow.
You know, Ed, I was blessed. I've been blessed for many years because back, I happened to, 25 years ago, 30 years ago, meet a gentleman who it's been my guru, and I love dearly. That's why I have so much respect for this man. I had the privilege to sit down with Dick Gregory and meet him and travel with him and do things with him for years and years. And I changed my diet almost 30 years ago. I stopped eating red meat, pork, dairy products. I never didn't smoke, drink, none of that, no salt, no pepper. And Ed, here's the amazing thing. At my age, and I'm a senior citizen, it's been over almost 30 years since I've had as much as a cold. I don't know what it is to be sick, to need pharmaceuticals. I don't know what it is to have the flu, to have sinus, to have allergies. It's centered on your diet. And when I changed my diet, even my mind changed. Because like I said, I can control you if I control your education and your diet. Once you realize that you've been miseducated and you seek the proper education, it's like a grape. If you take a grape out of its peeling, you can never ever again put it back in because it expands. Well, that's your mind when you get the knowledge that you get. That's the purpose of the Murry Group. I put presentations and shows together for the public to come out and meet and learn things that you normally won't get a chance to get the correct and proper education for. This is very important. All you have to do is be there. We can't force you. The saying says you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. You can give a person wisdom and knowledge, but you can't make him think. I can give it to you, I can't force you to do it. But once you do what needs to be done and find out you've really been miseducated and seek that education of knowledge and information, correct information, your life will change, and you can never put your mind back to where it was because the correct information won't permit it.
You heard it here on Ed Brown Show. I tell you, let's listen and do it. Dr. Baruch, tell us a little bit about the different things that you serve on you have the food trucks. Now,
food trucks?
Yeah,
sure.
Tell us about that. You know, I've heard about the food trucks and things, but I've never seen one that was talking about the best food to eat. You know,
what we offer is healthy food with a soulful twist. So what you're going to get on whether it be our restaurant or the food truck, you're going to get macaroni and cheese. You're going to get
mac
greens.
and cheese.
Yes,
oh wow!
and we offer various what we would call, I guess, meat substitutes. So there is something that we call chicken, there's something we call fish, there's something that we call beef, in fact. But none of it is derived from meat. It's all produced from vegetable source. And it's made right there in our kitchens, and we provide it there for our customers, be it those that come to the restaurant or those who find us on the food trucks that go throughout the DMV area.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Having vegetables, you know.
Sure.
And what do? You mass it odor, or you mass it to the meat. You make it smell like pork chops.
No, we don't do that. But we do make the taste. You know, we try to do the best that we can in bringing the taste to something similar to what we've been accustomed to. And we have a wide variety of vegetables that we offer that are mixed into salads and to different dishes that, again, give people a similar experience. You might have your tuna fish salad, but it's not tuna in that, and there's no fish in there. It's derived from vegetable source. And we have other salads. The kale salad is probably our #1 selling salad.
Yep. That's vegetable, though, right?
Kale.
Right.
Yes,
right.
indeed.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And you call it kale salad, and
It's the garlic kale or the sweet kale salad. Those are our #1 selling salads. We also have ice cream. We have drinks. You know, we do a lot of special things for people who are making that transition, so that they, at least at the point of transition, it won't be so, I guess, challenging. But we also take people all the way to the point of consuming nothing but organic beverages, where we're juicing beverages for them every day. And
like
they come
what?
in. We'll juice a carrot apple beet drink, and we'll juice a apple kale drink, apple kale and ginger drink. So we do various mixtures in order to help people, again, have a pleasant taste, but also get the nourishment.
Because what helps you with that transition, you know, from a steak to vegetables?
I think the first thing is you change the mind. So if you can change the mind and make people feel better about themselves, and make people recognize what is food and what isn't food, and we recognize what isn't food by recognizing if it doesn't nourish you, if all it does is give your tongue a pleasurable experience, then that doesn't qualify for food. You know, we've made healthy food taste good, so you still get the pleasurable experience, but then you get the nourishment as well. So you get the benefit on both ends. And when you start changing the individual's mind and make them recognize what food is and what nourishment is, then these things they fall into place a little better. But otherwise, if they don't feel good enough about themselves, you know, this won't work either. So you have to work on both levels.
Well, how do you sell the young people out of the hot dogs and hamburgers?
We offer them similar. So we offer them burgers. We offer them, sometimes we'll do French fries, or we'll do some
French fries now. Tell me about that. How do you
make French fries healthy?
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
That's what
However, we do offer that, just so that, you know, again, as a point of transition. Come in the door, try something that you're familiar with, that you're accustomed to. You'll recognize the taste and the look and the texture. And then while you're there, you might see some other things that might interest you that are not so unhealthy. You know, not that our French fries are as unhealthy as those that you might find somewhere else, and that we cook all of our food in safflower oil, which is a very healthy oil as compared to the oils that you find at most of your fast food joints.
I see. And what about the young people? Look, I mean, the fact that the parents have to introduce it to them, you know, because, you know, really when they go to school, well, they're not going to get it, and the only place they get it is to a fine restaurant like yours.
Right. Well, that's where, again, connecting it with the Murry Group is important, that we're bringing people to Everlasting Life who otherwise wouldn't be there. So we have events like with the Murry Group. We also have activities in the evening for people who want to do open mic poetry, or people who want to come and listen to a band perform. They can come out and listen to a band perform or check out open mic poetry. And of course, while they're there, they're going to get hungry, and you know, there's the food right there, so they try it out, and then they're always amazed at how the food can taste good. And they're also amazed that, you know, they don't have that bogged down feeling. You know, I'm not exhausted, I'm not tired, I don't feel like I need to go to bed now. You know, you get full of energy from food that nourishes you properly.
And so where did you get this idea of having a combination of entertainment and good food?
Well, the idea for the restaurant was kind of born out of the concept of what you heard Brother Williams say, and that is that when you control a man's food, you control him. And I just was saying, it's obvious that who's ever controlling the food in Prince George's County isn't looking out necessarily for the best interest of the citizens, because too many of us are sick. We're building new hospitals, we're getting new dialysis clinics, you know, like 7-Elevens in our community, and that's not progress. So we said, let's do that. And why we brought the entertainment in is because we said there's some people who wouldn't just naturally come to the restaurant. Right. So let's do the entertainment so that they would be encouraged then to come to hear the entertainment, but then by default be exposed to the food.
How do you come up with that everlasting name?
Because I think first it has to be a thought, and then you make it a reality. So I said, if Everlasting Life was ever going to become a reality, we first have to think it. So we conceptualized it and then manifested it in the 4 walls there in Capitol Heights.
Oh, great, fantastic. Okay, Mr. Murry, tell us more about this programs coming up. This
well, and you know, my expertise, just like his is in food and diet, mine is in thought and action. Because, like I say, you know, beyond anything, your thought pattern, your mindset has to be correct. And once you do your mindset, and see, that's the thing that I'm trying to get to the public. You know, come and correct your mindset. If you don't know how, that's why we're here. That's why the Murry group is there. That's the reason I put it together, is because there's too much that I don't know. So now when I'm out and about and I meet all these experts, because I'm forever at a seminar, or I'm forever listening to a webinar, I'm forever out in the public's eye, meeting people who won't say, well, how can I get the public to hear me? Well, I'll fix it so the public will hear you. All we have to do is just put it out there. And you know, Ed, if I do for you and you do for me, then together it's the community. So you got to put it out there, and we have to help each other and educate each other. And that's what it's about. You know, like, let's say you got to reach back. Let's say if you push me, I'll pull you. If you pull me, I'll push you. It doesn't matter whether you're pushing or pulling. We'll both get there together.
Okay, we've heard from Dr. Baruch. What about Mr. Langford and Stanford? They're on your program.
Yeah, Kevin Langford, who is he handles all my social media, my programs, and he knows all about the internet and a lot of links and stuff that are out there that you can get for free. To teach you and to build you, because you know you got to be smart on social media and IT. I mean, don't care what business you have, is it personal or if it's spiritual, financial, it doesn't matter. You got to know social media. And he's the guru, he's the expert on social media, teaching you about Facebook, he teaches you about LinkedIn, Twitter, and all them other. He's the expert. And then when you get to Darius Stanton, he teaches you the family concept, about the thought process of making your family successful. How building your family to where, like I say, you got to build a legacy. See, once you build a legacy, that's where your children's children can live comfortable and happy from what you've done, from what you built as a parent or a grandparent or great-grandparent. And that's why I'm putting this together. In 3 hours, you're going to get so much knowledge and education. All you got to do is just be there.
Along the lines of the business, what do you think of WOL coming up with $40 million with MGM? I thought it was fantastic. What do you think about it? You're a businessman, Dr. Baruch, you're business too. Tell me about it.
It's like this. See, Ed, you and I go back to when she just had that one little radio station when they said you're not going to make it. You can't do that. For one thing, you're a woman. And for the second one, you got black talk. And she proved that it could be done. And now she has a multi-billion-dollar company.
Right.
And she's reaching out and giving back. How many of us would put $40 million or has $40 million worth of investment that you can put into a company that's going to give back to the community? She's living proof. Kathy Hughes is living proof that if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. Like I say, don't care what you're thinking, you're right. She said, I can do it. Now look at where she's at. This is the second time, she's given $40 million. Because when she opened up, started her TV One TV show, she put up $40 million with Comcast for that. And now she's putting $40 million up again with MGM to open up one of the most modern, largest casinos in the country.
Yeah. Dr. Baruch?
Yes.
What do you think about that?
Well, I think, again, as you put together the right team, and I think that's what Kathy had to do. She had to put together the right team. It wasn't going to happen with Kathy by herself. So she got the team together, and in putting that team together, she was able to achieve the success. And I think we have to go back and reflect on the concept, it takes teamwork to make the dream work.
Yes.
And we see that now.
Right, right.
Yes.
I mean, you hit it right. It takes teamwork, and it's one thing that I think the minorities, they have to understand that it's teamwork. You're gonna, not individual. See, I think minorities, they have a tendency to think of me and myself, and but it doesn't work that way. The business world doesn't work that way.
Well, not all minorities. It happens to be the African American tends to be more so in that space than other minorities.
Say that again, because you're right. Because there's other minorities that like the Spanish and the Orientals, they think differently.
Yes.
And see, this is one thing. Just like we have young people that come to the show and everything, and we try to tell them that, hey, 9 to 5 is gone. You know what I mean?
Long gone.
You know, is that the business world is the thing that you build your future on.
Sure.
And this is, you two are a good example for the young people to see, you know, and get into the business world. Take time, you know, because 9 to 5 is gone. I mean, that was my era.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And what we have to understand is this: the era has changed, and this is what green is in. That's what you have to think in terms of, because the business world, they work that way.
Yeah, one of the mistakes that we make is that I got a new thing going with what I'm doing now with the Murry Group. And I'm telling you, when you purchase a ticket to come to anything that we do with the experts, you can bring a teenager free. Your child is free. See, we don't bring our children out to see that there are other professions other than rap and sports.
Yeah.
There are professionals out there that are out there living comfortable, open up the world to our community. Our community doesn't realize we're the greatest community that ever existed. We have got to go back to what they want to call old school. But Ed, it works. It works.
Yeah. Right.
But we got to teach our children. So don't come alone. Bring a child.
Right.
It doesn't cost you anything but the space they occupy to get from your home to the event.
Okay, Dr. Baruch, give us a health note before we leave.
Well, I would encourage us all to recognize that we can take charge of our health, and that we have to stop putting our health in the hands, or our well-being in the hands of somebody who makes money off of fee for services. You don't take your car to someplace who makes money off of fee for services, except that they repair your vehicle. In this instance, our bodies are not being repaired. Our bodies are being masked. You know, the illnesses are being masked and treated for the rest of our lives, and that's not a solution. A solution is let's bring about health and wellness at the dinner table. Let's eat the cure rather than continuing to believe that somebody else is going to medicate us and treat us for all the ills that we bring upon our body as a result of mistreatment through diet.
Very good. Hey, this is a theme that we have here at Brown Show. Hey, and building your life, business, health in 2014. Let's make a change. And we're going to have these experts back again. See you next time.